The MTF co-chairs have outlined how, enabled by the vaccination rates in our population, we are making the transition towards a COVID-resilient nation. We are reopening in a careful and calibrated manner, striking a balance that will protect lives and livelihoods. And that is the same approach that we will adopt to the reopening of our borders and the resumption of air travel. Careful, calibrated, step by step. We will continue to be guided by our public health assessment of a country's or region's COVID-19 situation, including their infection rate and vaccination coverage. This is also the basis for the risk-based categorization of countries and regions and attendant border measures, which Minister Gan has mentioned. To quickly reiterate, it starts with allowing travelers to enter with just an on-arrival test for Category 1, a 7-day SHN for Category 2, and a 14-day SHN for Categories 3 and 4. In the transition towards COVID-19 or COVID-19 resilient nation, we need to augment these border measures with new modalities to reopen travel safely. Therefore, as a next step, we will introduce Vaccinated Travel Lanes. We will start with 2 countries in Category 2, Germany and Brunei. And let me explain further. With effect from the 1st of September, we will allow any traveler from Germany who is fully vaccinated to apply for entry into Singapore under the Vaccinated Travel Lane. This is open for general travel. So it's not confined to business or official. It is open for all general travel. Approved VTL travelers can enter Singapore from the 8th of September onwards. Those based in Singapore who travel to Germany may also return to Singapore under the VTL. So, because Germany is already open to travelers from Singapore, the VTL will restore 2-way quarantine-free travel between our 2 countries. To qualify for the VTL, travelers must be fully vaccinated in either Singapore or Germany. An individual will be considered fully vaccinated 2 weeks after receiving the full regimen of a COVID-19 vaccine under our national vaccination program or any COVID-19 vaccine in the World Health Organization's emergency use listing. We will require those who have been vaccinated in Germany to present proof so that we can verify their vaccination status as part of the entry process. Travelers must have remained in either Singapore or Germany for 21 days prior to departure. VTL travelers from Germany will not be subject to SHN. However, they will be subject to a rigorous testing regime. First, they will need to present a negative PCR test result taken 48 hours before departure. In Singapore, they will have to take an on-arrival PCR test and be required to self-isolate while awaiting their test result. They will also be required to take 2 PCR tests on the 3rd and 7th day after arrival. For a start, there will be 1 daily designated flight for VTL travelers from Germany to Singapore. So in aggregate, that would mean about 2,000 travelers if the VTL is fully taken up. As Brunei has been reclassified into Category 2, the current unilateral opening arrangement for travelers from Brunei will cease on the 20th of August. The visitors from Brunei can continue to apply for essential travel to Singapore through the current reciprocal green lane. In addition, from the 1st of September, we will allow fully vaccinated travelers from Brunei to apply for entry into Singapore under the VTL. The same conditions as that for the VTL with Germany will apply. For a start, there will be 3 designated VTL flights per week. The vaccinated travel lanes with Germany and Brunei mark a measured start to the resumption of air travel, with an essential set of safeguards. We have chosen to start with these 2 countries based on overall risk and operational assessments. CAAS is working with all partners, including airlines, Changi Airport, and other government agencies, to gear up for the vaccinated travel lanes, including putting in place the required testing regime. This will allow all stakeholders to run in their processes, learn from the experience, make further enhancements before we consider possible extension of the scheme.